And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of ESL Open Cup Asia, number 237. I'm, of course, Showside VIP, and with me, I'm joined by the amazing people in the chat and by potentially Yakov the Zaku. Yakov the Zaku, he might join me amidst the broadcast. For now, I'm going to be solo casting, but he might join me for the semi-finals or for the grand finals, so we'll leave the door open for Yakov to jump in. Otherwise, we have our own series to jump into as well. The bracket is live. Some amazing players are lined up here, and we are jumping into game number 1. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. In the bottom left-hand corner of Amphion, we have our Chinese Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Mystery Gaming. It is Lancer. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Gen G Esports. It is Trap. Here we go. We have our initial series, our initial PvP, and this will be leading into a PvZ. Solar is lying in wait. Exclamation mark B will go over the brackets later on, but Solar is waiting for the winner of this series, and we'll be following the winner into Solar, of course. That is where we will follow this. So now we are going to be embracing our initial PvP. Oh, that is not meant to be there. We were casting Sparkling Tuna Cup yesterday, so I will remove the logos mod. I'll remove the tuna, don't worry. For now, it is going to be ESL Open Cup Asia, of course. Your weekly dose of Korean StarCraft. And when it comes to this bracket here today, it is very special. We have a lot of players that have been traveling to Korea, so they're taking part in this week's tournament for the first time in a long time. So exciting to see all these players duke it out. Some of the irregulars that we rarely see in ESL Asia. So great to see them make their way to Korea and now take part in these Korean weeklies. Until then, though, we are going to be settling in. We do have our initial our initial gate expand setup here. For those that are curious, we do have some standard openers. Because of the map, because of the ramp coming into the natural, we do lead into more economic builds. No 2 gate openers, and here we go. We go for the faster Nexus. Again, it was a single gas expand here from Lancer, a much greedier build from our Chinese Protoss. Meanwhile, Trap is going to be opening up with something different with a bit of a more delayed expansion here. May opt to go for a faster Stargate into the Nexus. Zealot has arrived. Do apologize for some of the stuttering you can see here. It looks like potentially there may be some latency going on. We'll just quickly make sure that we're all good on our end. Make sure we get rid of everything else, and hopefully that does clear up over the course of the broadcast. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. For now, we are going for the fastest target. As you did mention, because Trap opened up 2 double gas, meanwhile Lancer did not, Trap is going for a faster tech structure of choice and going for the faster Stargate. That means a lot more onus on Trap to get some damage done, as the shield battery is going to finish up and Lancer is looking to defend. So Lancer is going to be our defender, meanwhile Trap is going to be the aggressor. Meanwhile, Zealot does slip into the middle line. 1 probe going to be going down. Can we get a second? Oh, we can! 2 probe kills, 3 probe. Oh my god, a Trap. This is getting so much more than it ever should. The Zealot pulled away there, and with that, 6 probe kills. 6 workers, almost 7. We can! 7 probes go down. That 1 worker has 1 probe kill. It's crazy. And Trap forced to expand elsewhere, forced to take the unnatural. Natural, it's a really awkward base setup here, but Trap gets an insane amount of damage with the first Zealot. That should not have happened. And what's scary here, that's 8 probe kills, by the way, is that we're not done. We have an Adept shading into the main base. Looks like 1 more probe. No, never mind. Then we got 1 more probe is going to go down, and we have Oracles. Oracles are moving out across the map. We will clean up whatever is left. No shield battery in the main base, no shield battery whatsoever. It's here at the natural, and that means we can just go for the dive and focus on as many workers as we can. For now, the Soldiers will zone away the Oracle, but we head to the natural. Here's the natural. Instead, we catch another worker, another 1, almost another 2. Oof, just barely not. But again, very nice control here out of Trap, getting so much damage done with so little. And with that, Trap will take a hefty worker lead. We'll take an economic lead as well. The downside is the base setup here. I mean, like, what is this? we're still in an awkward position here, as we do have our Stargate opener. We're following this up with a Void Ray after the initial Oracle. Oracle diving back into the main, going for the probe kills, and more probes are going to be going down. Shield battery's not ready. Yeah, the shield battery is just not ready. Not yet. We get another 4 probe kills, and Lancer is all in. At this point, he's committed. We have to move out across the map. Shield battery is under fire. Void Ray has arrived, and we can activate the prismatic alignment. Prismatic Alignment is activated. We focus on 1. We focus on almost 2 Stalkers, 3 Stalkers as well. We shut down the counter attack. We shut down the push. Trap will defend. GG gets called, and Trap takes game number 1. Oh my god. GG. I didn't even get to do the predictions, Pappy. I was so engrossed in the game. The predictions are now open, so you can place your bets in the chat. As a reminder, this is for a best of 3, but Trap is leading the series 1-0. I apologize for not opening up the predictions. I was just so engrossed by the opener and by the aggression, by everything that was going on. Did miss it, but regardless, we're getting ready for game 2. And that was quite a game out of Trap. It was a very nice, greedy start from Lancer, but Trap got an insane amount of damage. She got, what, 7 probe kills with 1 Zealot and 1 probe. That was crazy. That was out of this world. The amount of damage that Trap got early on, and that just compounded. It just snowballed out of control with the Adept, with the Oracle, and we forced the all-in. Void Ray came out just in time. Trap was more than ready, more than prepared, and with that, GG. We're getting ready for game number 2. We have our map, we have our lobby of choice. We're going to be loading into Golden Aura. Let's go. Golden Aura is going to be coming up next. Just make sure we have everyone involved. Making sure we have all the people as we are loading in. Beautiful. Catching up with the chat. Just finished Dark vs. Clem from KSL last week. It looks like with this bracket we have hope for a rematch in the finals. True. I was kind of alluding to it, but yes, Clem is in Korea right now. Not just Clem, it's Trigger, it's Future, and Estrella. There's 4 of those NA boys. Clem is now an NA boy, apparently. He's been adopted by the NA players in the NA region. Well, they are living in Korea, they're all bunking together, and they're all playing in Korean weekly tournaments as a result. In tournaments like KSL, Kung Fu Cup, and even ESL Asia, they're also scattered throughout the bracket. Keep an eye out, you may spot them. As for now, we are going to be jumping into game number 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura. We have our Chinese Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Mystery Gaming. It is Lancer. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Gen G Esports. It is a Trap. Let's go. Also catching him with the chat. That sounded like Yaku is a cat. We'll just leave the door open. Yeah. We'll leave the door open. And if Yaku wants... Oh, I need to get rid of the tuna. the tuna's still here. It's making me hungry. I'll get rid of it after the series, I promise. But yes, Yaku is our head? Question mark? We'll wander in, I'm sure, at some points when Yaku is ready. Until then, now that we're loading into Golden Aura, this time there is no racks. There's no racks. Obviously there's no racks. There's no gate expand is what I meant to say. There's no ramp coming into the natural. Instead, the ramp is here in the main, and that means that we have 2 gate openers apiece. It's going to be 2 gate opener here out of Lancer, 2 gate opener out of Trap, and we are setting up our proxy. We're getting ready for a 1 base all-in. Based on the pylon location, this should not be a Stargate. This should be a Robo or a Gateway, and we're going to be doubling down. Very short series here. Game 1 was like 4 minutes. Game 2, maybe even shorter than that. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to embrace the chaos shots. What you got? Cybercore still on the way. Once it's done, we can throw down our tech structure. Most likely a Robo. We shall see. Twilight Council's done. Sorry, Cybercore's done. Cybercore is completed, and there it is. We have the Robo across the map. Trap reading this so well. Goes for the defensive Robo. Now what's happening here is that Trap is scouting. Trap with his probe scout, he confirms the pylon is missing. There should be a second pylon, this pylon right here. Second pylon should be in the main base at this point, and it isn't. Second pylon is nowhere to be found. That is the 3rd pylon placed next to the gas geyser. Trap knows his timings. He knows that something is wrong, that there is a proxy. It could be a fake proxy pylon, true. Could be a fake out, or it could be real. Trap is playing it safe. Trap plays it safe. Defensive Robo gives us immortal production, gives us a prism as well. Trap playing very carefully here will delay his expansion, and honestly, this is working out beautifully here for Trap. He is working beautifully. Meanwhile, Adepts are going to be shading across the map. Trap in position. Ooh, we do trade with each other. Going to be bleeding out an Adept for an Adept. Nice retargeting. Both players do pull it off. Trading 1 for 1. Adept shading out, and ooh, we do commit. We get caught out. Yeah, Trap, he does keep that Adept alive. Does have a little bit of extra DPS, and we are checking, we are scouting, and we do not. We do confirm. Yeah, we did get eyes on the rover. Fully aware of what's going on. Prism has arrived. Immortal behind this as well. Second pylon's on the way to keep everything powered. And Trap even trying to sneak up on this position here. Or even just go across the map. Yeah, we're going across the map. Okay. Prism across the map. This is to cripple the economy. It's to deter the all-in, or just weaken the all-in that much more. As we do have the high ground. We have our Immortal, we have our Sentries. Sentries with Force Fields would completely shut down the army. And Lancer is waiting for his own War Prism. And looking at the army sizes here, we have Immortal versus Immortal. We have 5 Stalkers. We have a Stalker lead for Lancer. Does have the Stalker lead, but here come the Adepts into the main. And 2 Adepts taking one-shot probes. And probes are going down. We get 2, we get 3, we get 4. Oh my god, 5 probe kills. This is an insane amount of damage. Lancer, he was all in before, but now he's completely all in. There's no turning back from here. We do barely save that Stalker. Barely we do blink back. Do micro back. You know, we get 7 probe kills across the map. Ay, ay, ay. Lancer's economy is crippled. And now we're up to 2 Immortals. The Prism recalls back home. So now we can micro defensively. We can juggle back. Speaking of, yep, just in time. We save the Immortal, we do force it back. Shield battery is ready. We have the overcharge if need be. Second gateway is being rebuilt. And Trap, he's going for the add-on. Going for the add-on, he's going for the proxy. Going for the pylon. Pylon is under fire. Stalkers do come in though to help defend. We pick off 1 Stalker. The Prism! Ooh, Prism goes down. Massive pick-off! We catch the Prism, we catch the Immortal. Risky move here by Trap, and he pays the price for it. Is gonna lose everything. Will trade as best he can, but that was still a brutal trade. That was what, 2 Stalkers and a War Prism for 4. Sorry, 2 Immortals and a War Prism for 4 Stalkers. Not the best trade for Trap. Is caught with his pants down. And that means even though Lancer lost all those probes, we're still in this. This is still back and forth. We are still very much in this. Lancer does have the Immortal and the Prism lead. Races back home. Saves the Adepts. Bringing them over. And this is still not cut and dry here. It's still a very tense game state. Lancer now up in Immortals. Now, thankfully, because of the economic lead that Trap had, he can replace what he just lost. Sentry goes down. Good big off there by Lancer. At the same time, Adepts into the mineral line, and that does create an opening. Yeah, the army backs off, and that means Lancer can move in. I said we can move. Never mind. Ooh, the Prism goes down. Oh, both players being a little bit too risky there with their War Prisms. It does fall. And now we can hold on to the high ground here with a force field. Force fields are all we need. This means that Lancer cannot jump on over. And we're going for the pylon once again. We saw how poorly this went for Trap last time, but this time we do escape. We do get away. Trap will manage to snipe that pylon, depowers the proxy, moving out across the map. And back at home, as we just mentioned, there's no War Prism. There's no War Prism for Lancer, so how do we push up the ramp? What I'm referring to, if we throw down a force field, there's no pushing in. There's no breaking up this ramp, not anymore. As long as we have a sentry in position. Ooh, as I say that, the sentries, they do respond, and the army moves in. Oh, shield battery goes down. We have to pull the boys. Shield battery does go down. No more overcharge either. Across the map, Immortals are getting damage done, but what about back at home? We're getting the pylons. Pylons are falling one after the other. 3 Immortals here for Lancer. And we have to pull the boys. We're collapsing the main army. We catch 1 of the Immortals. Still going to be a rough trade here for Trap, but he does pull out with another Immortal just in time. And the Immortal arrives. We shut down the army. We collapse here on the Immortals, and we force a recall. Across the map, the Prism taking a lot of hits. Does have to get the hell out of here, but GG gets called. We do hold. We survive. And Trap takes the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Trap will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. That was a very, very chaotic game, and even here in game 2, Lancer had his moments where he was able to catch the Prism, able to catch the Immortals. It was very tense, but alas, Trap, because of the economic damage he dealt, he could afford, or he could afford a mistake, is what I'm saying. He could afford a mistake, he could afford to lose his Immortals. It wasn't ideal by any means, but he was able to recover from that, and able to bounce back. Whew. And with that, congratulations, Trap will take the series. My condolences to Lancer as he's going to be eliminated from the tournament. And now Trap is up against his next opponent. He's up against a Zerg player, Solar. Let's have a look at the bracket. Let's hop on over and have a look at the bracket. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look yourselves.